I've never told this story to anyone, not because I'm ashamed, but because it still hurts. It hurts to remember how it all began, and how, in the middle of the chaos, she chose me. She was my best friend, and I loved her in a way that made me silent. But that day, she heard me with her eyes, and she left me back. We met when we still used backpacks with wheels and made best friend lists in our notebooks. Since the beginning, she was my safe place. She protected me from the mean girls at school, and I listened to her secrets like someone guarding treasure. With time, things changed. The world got harsher. People started pointing fingers, judging. But she stayed solid, close, mine. I don't know exactly when the feeling changed. Maybe it was that time she hugged me longer than usual. Or when she looked into my eyes and smiled like she knew what I was hiding. I was scared to ruin everything, to lose the one person who made me feel alive. So I swallowed it all. Swallowed the desire, swallowed the thoughts, swallowed even the words screaming inside, I love you. I tried to hide it for years, got involved with others, tried to forget. But all it took was one look from her, and everything came back. My heart would race, my mouth would dry, and I knew no one else could ever be her. It was a Friday, rainy. We were 19, at her grandmother's house in a small town far from the city. No signal, no distractions. Just the two of us, and a silence screaming between us. We were watching some random movie. She was lying with her head on my lap. Suddenly, she sat up. She looked at me in a way I had never seen before. Have you ever liked someone you weren't supposed to? She asked. My heart froze. All the time, I answered. She went quiet, leaned in, so close I could feel her breath, and then she kissed me. No rush, no guilt, no fear. It was a warm, intense kiss, like we'd been holding it in for a lifetime. I trembled, not from fear, but from relief, from surrender, from love. After the kiss, she rested her forehead against mine. I always knew, she said, but I was afraid you'd leave. I cried because, for the first time, someone saw me, fully, without frame, without filter, without doubt. That night, we slept in each other's arms. Our bodies fit like they were made for one another. Nothing else happened. Just tenderness, warmth, presence, the silent promise that from now on, everything would be different. The next day, she made me coffee. We sat on the porch, holding hands, listening to the rain fading away. The morning light felt new, and somehow so did we. We went back to the city. And as always, the world tried to swallow us. Looks, comments, those phrases disguised as jokes. But she held my hand. In front of everyone, it wasn't easy. The prejudice came even from inside our homes. Her mother cried. Her father pretended not to notice. My brother said it was just a phase, but she didn't flinch, not even for a second. Our love grew in secret and little by little became public courage. We made plans, dreamed of a small house filled with books and plants, 2 dogs, lazy Sundays on the couch. We fought, of course. She was stubborn, I was too sensitive. But even on the hard days, all it took was one tight hug and everything found its place again. Once, she wrote me a letter. She said she loved even my insecurities because they showed how much I felt. I still have that letter. It's in the top drawer of my desk, folded in 4, scented with time. Time passed and adult life came. College, work, routine. Sometimes it was hard to find time for each other. But even when we were tired, all it took was a look to know we were still there. Traveling together became our escape. I remember the first time we went to the California coast. We walked hand in hand on the beach at sunset, our feet in the cold water, hearts warmed by each other's presence. That's when she told me, I want to grow old with you. That sentence pierced right through me, because I wanted that too. I wanted her in slippers, white hair, wrinkled hands entwined with mine. I wanted to live every season by her side. We started talking about moving in together. We found a small apartment with a sunlit balcony. We decorated it with art, souvenirs from our trips, books, and silly mugs. On the living room wall, we hung a photo of us smiling from that day at the beach. We had silly rituals. Popcorn with sweetened milk on Sunday nights. Dancing in the kitchen without music. Notes on the fridge with drawn hearts. She loved hearing me read aloud. I loved hearing her sing in the shower. Life with her was anything but ordinary. We started dreaming about the future, thought about adopting a child, researched names, schools, parks, even talked about getting married, even if just us in a field, surrounded by those who truly love us. There were losses along the way, people who left, friendships that faded over time, but she always said, "Those who love you stay. Those who go just made room for those who matter." Looking back now, everything is clearer. The fear, the doubt, the silences, all part of the path that led to that kiss. She taught me that loving someone of the same sex isn't wrong. What's wrong is living a life without courage. She didn't choose the easy path. She chose me. And from that day on, I never had to hide who I was again. Because someone one day loved me the right way. The kind of love that heals. The kind that stays. She was my best friend. Today, she's the love of my life. And every time someone asks me if it was worth it, I smile. Because few things in this world are as beautiful as a love that survives the truth. Loving her felt like breathing for the first time. And if I had to choose it all again, I'd choose her. Even with the fear, even with the world against us. Even if it hurt, because some people, they are home even when everything else falls apart. And she was always mine.